Hello, this is a Leshark and Friends
And Russell.
and Russell podcast. And on today's show, we're talking to everybody's mum, Yvonne Symons. Singaporean Yvonne talks about how she ended up coming to Thailand, working at Villa Market, and what Michael Jackson is really like. Yvonne is a real, genuinely nice person, and she's got some great stories to tell about her amazing journey to Phuket. Enjoy the show. Welcome to the podcast. What were you just showing, Russell?
Her boinky.
What's your bonky?
My Poinky is my little puppy.
What type of puppy do you have, Yvonne?
Go on, Yvonne, show me your puppies.
He's so mixed up. So he's probably a miniature pincer mixed with a...
Russell wanted to see your puppies, and you totally just let that slide.
She showed me her puppies.
Well, he can see my puppies whenever he wants. How about you? Shall I just
yeah.
do it all at once?
You're going to whop out your puppies?
Yeah, we'll get the puppies out. Why not?
It's the puppy show.
Oh, bless.
I like
Swing
puppies.
low. Sweet cherry, yeah. Let them hang loose. You know, they've got 3 kinds of bras I heard about. The African bra, which upholds the downfall. The Chinese bra, which makes a molehill out of a, what was that? I can't remember now. I'm not good
a
with
mountain
bras.
out of a molehill.
Yeah, a mountain out of a molehill. And it's got the American bra, which was like to suppress the masses. I think that's true.
Well, on that racist start of the podcast.
No, I
carry on.
didn't know. I just heard it. It's a joke. Somebody else said it. I was just making
I have
conversation.
to say, the way
Have
you...
we started?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Erase or you're dead.
The,
I will ban you from Villa Market.
the
Welcome
way,
to the
Forget
podcast.
about
the way that you deliver those jokes, Yvonne, is just...
Amazing. I'm so
Stella.
good. I should be on stand-up, honestly.
Yes,
I could be. I'm mum.
that's
And
true.
mum knows everything. And we're never wrong. We always get bitched at, but we're never wrong. I'm a mum to so many people. I love them all. I wish I could spank a few.
This is just...
What?
Nothing. We love you.
Oh,
I watched
yeah,
the-
right.
I watched
You
the-
got me on a weird day. I haven't had coffee yet.
If this is you without coffee, holy
Christ.
shit. After that coffee, you're going to be bonkers.
Yeah, it's too small. This one, I need a bigger one.
yeah,
Don't we
but
all?
you've heard that a lot.
Right. So we've covered breasts, we've covered dinkies, we've covered puppies, we've covered everything. Yvonne
It's
Symons.
a pretty quick
Yes.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, Yvonne, I think you're our first official police officer that we've ever had on our show.
May
Although
I
was
correct
Rob-
you? I'm not a police officer. I am a volunteer for the tourist.
You've just got
police.
the outfit.
Whoop whoop is the sound of the police.
I wish my outfit was tighter, though.
Really?
It kind of hangs loose all the time. You know, it's like a jackety thing they give you.
You want
without
something
the sleeves.
svelte that sort
So only
of
can-
hugs the
Well, you
figure.
want more of like a Catwoman outfit.
Yeah, I'd have to work on the bod though, but I could do with the. I could do with the Catwoman thing. I could work on it. Get the costume first. Try to fit in every morning. I will force myself to try and fit in it. And if I don't, then I'll just eat something less.
Olive oil, just slide on in
Yeah,
there.
that's an idea.
Or
That's
coconut oil,
true.
because then if you get frisky later, coconut oil's
But then
nicer
I'd
to
have
suck.
to come to work with it because I can't get it off.
Well, I haven't had it off for a long time, don't worry. Russ and I were just talking about that, actually.
We were, yes.
On our previous location where we were discussing me not getting it off. Anyway, Yvonne Symons, police officer, legend, mother to all,
Legend.
kids club manager, Villa Market manager. Is there anything you
All
don't
round
do?
good girl.
I'm actually somebody who cares about the people around me. I would do whatever I can to support them.
Is there anyone
That's
you
the main
don't
thing.
care about?
Yeah, but I won't say.
I want to get deep into you, Yvonne, so to speak, and I want to get it out of you.
I'm a virgin now. Nobody gets deep anymore. I'm done. Hello. What are you on? Stop drinking
Nothing,
that
but I think we
horrid
just lost
pink
Jay for
thing.
the foreseeable.
It makes berries and mixing you up.
We're at Duplo. Is it Duplo? How do I say it?
Doppio.
Doppio.
Dupio.
Doppio.
Doppio. We're at
Doppio
Doppio Coffee Bar.
It's Pinocchio's younger brother and a distant relative of one of the dwarfs.
Or it's mispronouncing of Big Lego.
Yeah,
All
but
that
it's a
too.
nice place. Coffee's okay. Getting me nice and calm.
Really?
Good. I mean, if this is going to calm you down,
Yeah.
Here we
You better
are.
ask me all the questions you want now.
We're at Duplo Coffee. Other coffee bars are available in a boat lagoon today.
Yeah.
We've moved away from the Sherntalay area, although sometimes
well, technically we could argue this was then shown today.
we could do. But let's not go down that path.
You can
of
go
my-
back there if you want.
My aggression will come out. Yvonne Symons,
Yes.
Welcome to the podcast.
how long have you been in Phuket for now?
I came here when Andrew was 4 months old, so it's 17 years ago.
Blimey.
Yes, I've been here too long. But I like it, so I'm going to stay.
How old were you? Oh, no, that's a personal question, but
How?
how old were you when you got here? Why did you come here?
Yeah.
What was the reason for you coming to Phuket?
Well, the thing is, I was working in Bangkok for quite a while, like 13 years with PepsiCo, and I took a sabbatical and I met my ex-husband and I decided, when we were going to have a baby, as soon as I got pregnant, I want to move to Phuket because I like the weather here. It was nice and calm and I really liked the school. And it was called Dulwich at that time, but then it changed to British. And, I think I learned a lot, made a lot of friends there, and
Russell, I
I think
saw
it's
it.
part of my life. The
Sorry,
school's
Russell was
part of my
staring
life.
out the window then while you were going on about
Oh,
me.
so am I. Wow.
All right, calm down, you two.
You're not short enough,
I
though.
mean, I'm not.
Oh my God! All right, you pervs.
No, but
then you
if
knocked
you
an eye
can
out.
look at women, why can't I?
I wasn't. I was looking at you, and I was getting. I got.
I'm
ice
a
cream
woman.
headache.
You looked at me, so he looked at her.
Yeah.
My
He's
mix-
got good taste, I must say.
My mixed berry smoothies.
You got brain freeze.
Yeah, massive brain freeze, and it really hurts. Why were you in? What got you to Bangkok?
Well, my dad was a friend of Prince Panupan Yugula, who was the uncle of the king. And he used to bring me on trips, short trips, because he built the first 36-track machine for Prince Panupan's recording studio. He was doing movies at that stage.
Blimey.
So that's the reason.
So
I
your
used to come
dad
a lot.
was a music producer, film producer, sound producer.
Yeah, he did lots of movies. I mean, he did mostly commercials and music for bands. He used to do all the recording mixes for some of the artists in Singapore. I grew up in a music studio, huge studio with the bands and everything. My brothers and I 10 brothers, we used to run in there after a...
Stop.
Yes.
10 brothers.
Yeah, why do you think I open my own doors and I put my balls on when I go to work? I got that from being with 10 brothers all these years. I'm not very feminine, but I am female. Let me get that straight. And,
Any sisters?
No, unfortunately, no.
And so you.
Are you the youngest?
No, I'm the third youngest.
Okay.
Yeah,
All of you were born and brought up in Singapore.
that's right, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. My dad was...
Busy.
Right, yeah. He was a handsome chap. He looked
bet he
good,
was.
but-
And forgive me for asking, but all from the same mother?
No, from 4 separate mums.
Okay.
Okay.
So he was active.
Oh, definitely. I wish I was as active as him, but I'm old-fashioned, so too bad.
And what's the age range from the eldest to the youngest?
My eldest brother would be close to 66 now.
Okay. And the youngest?
The youngest is, I think, 49, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow. So, okay, still, that's not fair play.
Is that really
Fair play to
important?
Dad.
Yeah.
You're just working the maths
Too
out in
much
your
Yeah.
head.
calculation.
I've had an accident with my berry smoothie.
Oh, you got 2
Crikey, can't
spots
take you there
now.
anywhere.
I know, and I'm wearing a really nice white T-shirt as well, and we've got to have a picture later. Oh. So then, your father was building recording studios
Yes.
for royalty in.
Yes, for Prince Panupan. He had a studio called Siam Studio, and his wife had a Thai classical and drama school there too. When I actually went there the first time with him, he had a tiger cage in his office, which he brought in just for a shoot. And then in those days, they allowed it, but they took very good care of it. They might have borrowed it from the zoo for a few days just to do a shot. But he loved his wild animals.
How did your dad know the prince?
Well, I don't really know that story, but I know at the very end my dad married the one of someone in that family.
Okay.
Because I don't exactly know the family
level.
tree. I just
Okay.
don't want to. Yeah.
So, all right. So, are you...
And they moved to Australia.
Right, okay. Are we in touch?
Well, my dad passed away
So
4
that's a
years
no
ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you might still be in touch because Mystic Meg and people like that might be able to get in touch.
Fair point.
We kind of like dream about him every once in a while.
Yeah. All your brothers, are you in touch with them? Are you close to them? Or any of them?
Nowadays you keep in touch by, WhatsApp and Facebook, but
Well, no, I had that discussion with someone the other day. There's a difference with nowadays, a friend or relative will post something on Facebook, we will like it, and that's our connection.
yeah, I don't
And then
like
6 months
it.
down the line...
I just always want to say something.
Or you'll like it, or you'll say, "Oh, great pic," or you'll say something.
You remember in
But
the
that's-
old days where people wrote letters and little
That's the
cards
point.
and stuff, and I like that. I still like to do that.
I was actually
Yeah.
thinking about this the other day,
I'm
and how
old-fashioned.
when I used to fancy a girl, I'd write her a little letter, and you'd pass it to her in class, and then you'd have to wait for a day or so before you got that letter back.
Yeah,
That's
which was
so
harrowing because
sweet.
am I going to get the piss taken out of me? Is everyone else?
You have a
gonna-
little box that says tick here if you like me or you don't like me, which generally don't like me.
Yeah.
But now
And then she's standing at the front of the room, pouring kerosene on it, throwing a match on it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I don't know. I didn't get a
Those
tick,
were
so I
the
don't know.
days, true days where you didn't have the mobile phones and all this distraction. There's too much distraction now. I feel really sad. I always tell my son Andrew, when we're out with people and we're at the dining table or anywhere we eat, or when you're with somebody, please put your phone away.
And that's why all
he's
three of us have got
doing
our
that.
phones on the table.
But it's off.
Mine's telling me the time.
And mine is just making me look good.
Russell has his watch on as well that will beep at him every 5 minutes.
Oh, beep. Well,
Anyway, enough about that.
The point was,
Yes, what was the point?
We'll connect with people on social media by liking a picture or dropping a comment about it.
Yeah.
And then we can sit here and say, "Oh, so are you in touch with your family?" Yeah. We're in touch on Facebook. But the reality is, we're not.
indirectly.
There's a very, very thin connection through the social media fabric. You like how?
But you know what?
Managed to weave that together.
In the end, if they answer you, you know they're alive. So that's it.
Yeah. But
Let me argue this, but at the end of the day, I grew up with, you didn't talk to your grandparents for a long time unless you talked to them on the phone, which wasn't very often. And you
Right,
might go and
cost a
see
hand
them.
and a foot
You might
as
go
well.
and see them at Christmas.
Yeah.
And so you'd see them once a year. Whereas here, I speak to my parents, whether it be through, I should turn my phone off, whether it be through Facebook or Instagram, which I hate my mum calling on Instagram. But anyway, we're connected more than we were back then, I think.
100%. No, we are.
And it might be just liking a post, but I mean, at least I'm liking your posts.
But what I tend to find is when you sit and have a chat with people, you learn what, I know about your day, I know what you've been going through in this
True.
week and what have you. Whereas if I'm just liking pictures on Facebook, I've got no idea what you're physically going through.
But you sent me a
that's
message.
true.
You sent me a message yesterday, and then I guess that was us communicating, wasn't it? What
But
happened there?
that's like you
Things
and
are
I.
happening here in Dupio.
Anyway, enough of Russ and I
Dopio.
moaning at each other about connectivity. Michael Jackson.
Oh.
But
Well,
before we get to Michael Jackson,
okay. You know he's
How-
dead, right?
is he?
Is he?
You can't get to him.
Scooby Doo then?
Raggy?
What? So you went to Bangkok to work because your dad was setting up business. So is that what got you working in Bangkok?
Yes, because I met quite a few people when I was there. I met the F&B director of the Dusatani. I won a singing contest. Don't say any more about it.
Yvonne
Young
won
Heart
a singing contest?
Yeah.
Have you ever won any
Because
singing
my dad
contests?
did recordings, and I was asked to sing someone's song, which he created. Robin Lee was his name, so I sang his song, and I
Wasn't he a
actually won the
BG?
contest. No,
Oh.
I wish you were. But
What
he-
song was you singing to win this
It
contest?
wasn't How Deep Is Your Love, but
Oh.
the thing was...
Staying
I
Alive?
don't even remember the name of the song. It was some gooey love song, just easy to follow. But just for fun and with all the mechanics that Dad had, because my dad had the Synclavier. That's another thing nobody knew.
The
He had the
Synclavier.
first Synclavier, which was what Michael Jackson had, and his was the only one in Asia. And then before
Only
I
one
left,
in Asia, Russ.
he sold it to Bollywood.
Oh, and then they
So it
had
was a
one.
very good sell.
Russell, what's a Synclavier? Whatever
If you
she
ask
said.
Yvonne, she'll
It's a
explain it.
special
Yvonne, what's a
machine that
Synclavier?
makes you sound good.
Oh, like auto-tune.
I don't know, but can you Google it?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not going to do it for you. It was hard enough remembering the name
And
from many years ago.
So you used auto-tune when you were singing?
I
Or-
think he did. I didn't.
Right, okay.
I sang with all my heart, but he kind of tuned it in to make me look like I could. So I guess I won. But I had to do it on live on stage
Okay.
too. That's how I won.
you're
Then
the
I
s-
was off it.
And how old were you at this point?
It was 19, nearly 20.
Okay.
So you're almost like the Singapore version of Milli Vanilli.
No, not at all. Don't insult them. I did the one thingy.
The one thingy.
Yeah, one thingy on stage with, with backup, so it's not fair too. But I like Winnie Willy. Willy.
You like?
You like your Willie.
You like
Okay.
Winnie Willy.
The,
I can't
the
remember
Scottish
his name.
version.
Yeah.
McWilly.
So,
Go on, Rusk.
no, it's just right. So, from at what age were you when you went from Singapore to Bangkok? Mm-hmm. How old were you when you moved to Bangkok?
When I actually moved there, I was 28.
Right. Okay. So, and what were you doing? So, you did all your school and stuff in Singapore, and then
That's
then what did you?
It was really boring because I had my brothers and stuff like that. But I helped. My dad actually put me to work. He had friends who were
From the
doing
age of
recordings
5.
and stuff, and he says they own a record shop. Go work there. And
Okay.
so I tried that, and I worked at the Hilton as well. And then in the end, he says, we're going to move to Bangkok, and I said, I'm going too. But as soon as I got here, I had to just 2 months living with my dad was enough. Found my own place, started to
This is your
sound
late
my
20s,
wild
right?
oats,
Yeah, yeah.
and went out and met some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when
First
you-
job I was
it
in
just you?
Dusitani.
Was it just you that moved to Bangkok, or your brothers as well, or?
My brothers came to visit. They didn't move here, no.
Okay, so it's just you that thought, right, I'm pegging out. Okay. But for those years in Singapore, leaving school, did you have a profession? Did you have a career in mind, or were you just trying to
My
decide?
dad was always trying to confuse me. I actually took law, but it never went anywhere. It did.
When you say you took
Kind.
law,
I had to go to law school for Dad.
how long did you do that for?
3 years.
Wow, okay.
I know I wasted my life.
Did you finish
was
the?
so
was it a
hard.
degree or?
Yeah, I got my degree. But
So
I
you
never
got a
really
law
got
degree?
To, yeah, but I wanted to move. I didn't want to continue. I was supposed to continue. But law wasn't what I wanted to do. It was so much hard work. And I couldn't give a shit about the law at that stage.
Whoa, careful! You're a policeman now.
No,
Yeah.
I mean over there.
Back then, yeah.
I
Much
mean,
preferred breaking them.
Yeah.
Family law and all that. It was boring. Okay, I learned a lot, and that helped me later on, but it wasn't interesting for me.
So after law,
You
got
had
my
no
degree.
life.
Now, what was the next step? You've got your law degree. Not happy with this. What was the next?
My dad actually wanted us to help with his business.
Okay, which is what I thought you were going to say.
And this is why I moved here with him, because he was getting older. I kind of felt he needed one of us to be with him.
Right. Okay.
But when we got here, the family of his Thai wife, there was quite a big family, and they were able to take care of him. And he was very interested to fix his home and, to visit places here. So I left, and I was able to get a job at the Dusitani, at the Viman Man. They opened the club Bubbles after. And then after that, I worked in Pattaya for Kuntanet Telan. He had the old Dusit, before the Dusit. That was where I was. Started to meet people all along the way, and then back to Bangkok, and then with Pepsi for 13 years.
So what was you doing with Pepsi?
I was prestige account,
Ooh,
which
what?
was everything that... My boss was Barry Shea. He's the president of
So your
PepsiCo.
boss was Barry Shady.
Shea,
Oh,
S-H-E-A.
do we know?
Barry
Is
Shea.
he famous, Barry Shady, or?
Oh, he's a good man, Canadian, good boss. He taught me a lot. I was like his dog's buddy. Whatever he wanted done, he would say, Yvonne, da 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 da, and I would have it done. We did a lot of concerts in those days, you know, everyone from the Commodores to, well, I would say
Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson was
sorry,
one
so
of them.
Barry Shady.
Yeah, Shay.
Yeah. So Barry Shady was he was the marketing or events.
No, he was
or...
president of PepsiCo Southeast Asia.
Oh, okay. So your role was as kind of an assistant to him.
I dealt with all the international schools, the embassies, the Chamber of Commerce's, the discos, the hotels, all the prestige accounts.
So on a marketing side,
Yes.
marketing promotions and what have you.
And
And were you
doing
doing
all
that
the
within the hotel industry as well? Was that your
Yes,
thing?
yes.
Okay, so
I was
that's
in
the
the
link.
F&B. I even
Yeah.
went to Chef Association meetings. I was invited to the Rotary Club many times. We helped to organize and sponsor things like the Plunket Fair and things like that.
Okay.
Lots of things happening.
Okay, so and how long were you with Pepsi for then?
13 years.
Okay, I guess you enjoyed it.
Oh, sorry. I enjoyed it, but had no life.
Yeah,
You know, it's a whole day and night job.
yeah. Did you travel with it a lot back in those days when we were allowed to
I
travel?
didn't need to. No, everything was done in Bangkok and around Thailand, but
Yeah.
we didn't have to leave. No.
Okay.
And how did the Michael Jackson thing come about?
Michael Jackson was one of the. It was one of our. It's hard to explain it. It was one of the concerts that we wanted so badly to really work, and all the tickets were absolutely sold out in a matter of days. And then we had to postpone it because when he arrived, he was dehydrated, and that was true. He was dehydrated, so it was postponed. But it was great. It was an excellent concert. Just the circumstances of what was happening.
When was
home.
this?
Exactly when he was like kind of being accused of being a little bit naughty.
Yeah, but that went on for years. I'm trying because I saw him in Singapore, and this would have been 92, 93. So same sort of time frame
That was
on that
done,
sort of
yes.
tour because he was ill.
Yes.
I only got to see him because the day he was supposed to be on stage, he pulled out because he was ill.
Yeah,
So someone else couldn't go, and I got a ticket.
His skin is grayish.
Who else did you meet from a famous
I
point of view?
met Santana, Gloria Estefan, Guns N' Roses, the Scorpions.
But the Scorpion concert must have been
Natalie
really
Cole.
good with their one song.
Yeah, 2 songs.
Oh,
But
I love them.
Doesn't the drummer? He's got one of the villas in Malawan, isn't he?
Allegedly.
Michael
I've been in
learns
it.
to rock.
And I've also been into his recording studio in it, and it is beautiful.
I'll bet.
It is
Yeah.
stunning.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful villa, and he's done it really, really nice. Really nice. Anyway,
Winds of
allegedly.
Change.
Good way
Send
to
Me an Angel,
retire.
Rock It Like a Hurricane, 3.
I didn't know. I know
3
Winds of
tracks.
Change.
Yeah.
Who was the nicest person or people that you met out of all the famous ones?
I think the as a group, Bon Jovi was the nicest.
Yeah.
Oh, they were very nice. And also nice to look at that stage. And yeah, I think Guns N' Roses never expected that a group like that, you would think they're rowdy and stuff, but they're so personable. And they're like very comforting. I was so stressed out making sure their work permits were done and they were on stage at the right time and doing the right thing. And the sound guys were running around and it looked like it was going to rain, but they were like, yeah, don't worry about it. Let's just chill, you know. And they weren't high or anything. They were literally just like that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And then, so doing all this crazy life, working 20 million hours a day, you then married at the time, get pregnant, and think, right, can't be doing this in Bangkok.
I got pregnant and I wanted to move here right away because we've been here a few times looking at land and stuff. So, yeah, we ended
So what was the
up
plan?
here.
Just to come down here, have Andrew, and then
Come
kind
down
of-
here, build a home. I had Andrew, and then 4 months later, as soon as I was able to move, we moved here. Yeah, I'll never regret that. I have no regrets of whatever I've done in my life.
No, no, fair. But at the time, so the plan was having a child, but we're going to do this. We're going to base ourselves in Phuket for this.
Yeah.
So, but
No traffic. Look at the air, and it's near the beach, like being in a holiday home.
But at that stage, were you from a career perspective, where you're like, okay, I've done the career bit. This is now Andrew's time.
My time, yeah.
So I'm happy to walk away from the career. I'm not bothered about that.
Yeah.
That was oh sweet, okay, fair enough.
Definitely, yes. The only reason I'm working since then is to support my son.
Yeah, cool.
Okay? He deserves everything I can offer him. So
I'd just
I do
like to
my
say
best.
right now, Andrew, if you're listening to this, go and get a job and support your mother now.
Yeah.
He's
And
only
make it a good one.
17.
Yeah, don't care if he's 17 or not.
but
When
he's
I
a
was
good
growing up
boy.
at 13, I was in the pits, I was down the mines, and I was working, grafting for a living to support my family.
He was the canary in the cage.
Absolutely.
Okay. He's a very good boy. I'm very proud
What was
of him.
Phuket? Because this is 17 years ago then you came to Phuket. What was
Yes.
it like back then? Because you've seen a lot of changes then. So
Oh, yeah.
over 17 years. What was it
There
like when you
were
first got here?
A lot less hotels, to be sure. A lot of land available.
Yeah.
And then boom, boom, boom. People started
A lot less concrete.
buying and building, and everything's going up. Rules have changed with, landlords. Like before, if you owned a company, you needed to have 7 people. Now it's like 3. So many changes. People have changed. I mean, the roads. We used to go down in Alpo all the time because that's where our home was, and it was empty. And now you've got all these shop houses and everything happening on the main road.
Yeah.
You have so many little cafes and stuff. It's picked up, and the roads are double the size.
I mean,
Used to be a little.
It's weird. I mean, if you take any destination anywhere in the world, everyone sees it and wants to go there, and then everyone goes there, and it just obviously commercialism takes over. It develops. It becomes completely indifferent to what it was.
The only thing that's hard about Phuket is that you don't have taxis like we used to in Bangkok, where you can grab a cab and just go somewhere
Anywhere,
without robbing a bank. Because here it costs a hand and a foot, and that's so
I'd
unfair.
just like to point out I've never robbed a bank. If any police officers are listening,
Okay.
Thought about it a few times.
None of us have, because
allegedly.
we do other things. Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, but if you get a loan from a bank, it takes you 30, 40 years to pay it back. If you rob the bank, you'll do 10 years in prison.
Interesting, but still not.
So if you
interested.
want any more financial advice, do email us in, leshark@gmail.com.
Don't email me.
I don't think we
the
should be
worst
talking.
of
We're
financial
right
advice.
next to a bank, for God's sake.
Which is closed.
Which is closed,
I
so
do like
it's
the fact-
available.
It's their holiday.
I know, and they only have a bicycle lock in the front door, which I do find ridiculous as a
Yeah.
bank.
Yeah.
Because that is just a bolt croppers.
That's just to scare you away.
It's probably not even
We
locked.
first met Yvonne
Yes.
when I was working at Royal Phuket Marina. I think we might have met before that on passing.
but
I
he
think-
wasn't interested in.
Not like that. We were out on
Not like
there's
that.
There's a woman carrying a cat.
Yes, that
Sorry.
cat belongs there.
Oh, I just
Yeah.
find it weird when people carry cats. So we first met when you were working at Kids Mania.
That's right. Yeah.
So
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
wow.
when we first officially met. We
Oh.
might have met in passing at different events,
That
but that was
was-
kind of the first time we actually got to know each other.
Right.
My dream job. I love being with kids. I really do.
That's like my ultimate nightmare.
That's my one thing I love the most.
And were you working before that?
I was at Serenity Golf Hotel.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
right. You was. Oh,
I
that's
worked
another
for
story.
Roberto.
You did,
Yeah.
because we did it. We had known each
Yeah.
other before that, but that was
Yeah.
Kids Mania was the first time we kind of bumped in. But yeah, you were
Okay.
working for Roberto Di Matteo
Yeah.
at the time.
And at that time,
My
he
God.
was. Yeah, he won the Champions League and the Premier League that same year too. Yeah, he's such a nice guy. Oh my goodness.
Didn't
We all
Kimi
had a
Räikkönen
chance
have a-
to meet him. What a nice guy.
No, Kimi Räikkönen or the other one had that was down south. You're talking about the golf resort, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm talking about the one in Katu.
Yeah. No, you're thinking of the one down
His
in
one-
Shillong Rawai, which
Yes.
is Serenity
because-
Terraces.
Serenity Terraces. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Roberto had 2 friends. And
Only 2?
They,
You'd think he'd
no,
have more
two,
as a professional
2 friends
footballer.
that he went into this
Oh.
business with the condo, and then they owned a hotel too. So, yeah.
Do you still keep in contact with him or not at all?
Yeah, definitely. Their kids have moved, they're studying abroad, and his son is a really good golfer.
I'm not surprised. He owns
Yeah.
a golf
He's got
resort.
2 girls, 2 beautiful girls, and his wife is outstanding.
You've met some very, I'd say amazing people. I don't know if these people are amazing or not, but you've met some very famous people. in your work life?
I like Bryan Adams.
It's very short.
Bryan Adams was a very nice person too. Yeah. Bryan Adams was one of the concerts I enjoyed the most. Kenny G.
Yeah, no. Kenny G can.
No words.
Well,
MC Hammer. Oh,
You met MC Hammer?
No way.
What's wrong with him?
So, not a fan.
He's changed his life.
Not a fan of
around.
Hammer Time.
He's changed his life around now, though.
keep saying can't touch this, and it was such a big campaign for us. But
Did you meet any? Because Pepsi were really big on sponsoring footballers as well and sports. Did you get many of those coming through?
Brazil was what well, while I was there, we sponsored Brazil, and we had hundreds and thousands of these little Brazilian bears that we gave away with the Brazil shirt on. It was so cute. I love giving those out. Okay, but I don't know any of the footballers. Not interested.
Fair enough.
Not interested at all?
Next subject.
Okay. After Serenity Golf Resort,
Yep.
you then went to Kids Mania.
Yep.
And how was that experience for you?
Kids Mania, loved it. Loved it. I love being with the kids. Wasn't easy, but yeah. I wish it would have, had more things happening in the.
Sorry, I've just had to stop you from playing with your ice because it'll pick up on the microphone.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. You're getting. No, you can. You can.
You
still
can finish
drink,
it.
you can finish
I'll wait for it to melt then.
No, but you can finish.
No, can't help it.
I think
Okay, so
that
basically.
we worked together at Kids Mania, and you're right. It was an amazing experience. It was very interesting with some of the people we had to work with. But let's
Yeah.
not go down that path. But
Is there? Because at the time it was the only. I was going to say beach club. Oh, I told you about my beach club.
Great. The kids
It
club
was the only
was
kids
great.
club on the island. Is that
no, there was Kids Club Patong.
Yeah, in
but
Patong.
that
Okay.
was a very smart decision made by a property company who were a timeshare property company, and very smart decision. They opened a kids club and they said, drop your kids off. We will look after them while we'll take the adults to do their presentations around.
Let me show you a house or two.
Yeah,
Right,
so it was
okay.
actually a really
Yeah, cool.
smart move. So Kids Mania was, it might have been the second. There was, I think, Kids Zonia in Johnslon might have been up and running at that time.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Later on, yes.
Later on. So,
Yeah.
but then Kids Mania was the first one that was really the concept that we had was you had the inside and the outside. You could drop your kids off. And the idea for Royal Phuket Marina, which was a smart idea, was that you could leave your kids there, go and have lunch, go and have dinner, go out on the boat for the
Yeah.
day and come back and then your kids will be there. So actually it was a smart move. Now, unfortunately, it hasn't gone down that path for various different reasons, but that was the actual...
Well, it was for kids up to 8 years old. So, kids, how many kids do you have? If you're 2 or 3, you're a little too young.
Yeah.
It's basically for kids from 4 to 8, it's safe.
Yeah.
Right.
You can leave them there without them crying their eyes out. But some people bring their little kids, which we were able to look after. It was a challenge, but, I like that. Kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because the kids are so innocent. They're always happy about anything.
No, I loved it.
It's always easy to make them smile.
It was a great project to work on from start to finish. Naming the characters, coming up with the
you
characters
made
and
such
stuff.
a
It was great. It was
difference
brilliant. So the main character was Jay Leshark, obviously.
Yeah, and
The
he
shark
makes such
character.
a difference because he was such a pleasure to work with. The
Yes.
reason I
She's
love
talking
him
about
so
me.
much.
Have
She's
you
talking
met
about-
Jay?
Yes, I
Yvonne
have.
is talking about me right now, not Russell, for a change.
But
Go on,
come
Yvonne,
on,
keep going.
Russell's got a soft spot in my heart. Known you longest.
I was, yeah. I was
Yeah,
trying to work
your
out when.
mum.
It would have been through mum,
Your
wouldn't
mom, through your mom, yeah.
So,
and because we were always drinking at the,
Watermark?
every Friday.
The Watermark.
The
That was-
Watermark.
yeah.
That's when I saw you guys. Yeah.
Was that when he
yeah.
had his bleached blonde hair?
Margarita. Well, he was stunning.
I wanna do that again.
All the time.
I want to go blonde again.
And you see, because your girlfriend was my son's teacher at school.
That's correct.
You see, you don't
Shut the
remember.
front door.
Oh
No,
my
I
God.
don't, because she wasn't.
Shut the front
She
door.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
Your
Emily.
girlfriend at the time, we should say.
Yeah.
No, Emily.
Emily.
Oh, really?
Yes, Emily.
Emily
You've
was
been with
Andrew's
Emily
teacher.
that long?
10
Yes.
years.
Have you really?
Yeah. If I'd robbed
No
if I'd
wonder.
robbed that bank, I'd be
No,
out
it's
by now.
more than 10 years.
No
At least
wonder she
It's
ran
10 years.
away.
11.
No, we've been together 10 years.
Oh, now
Just
it's-
over 10 years.
When did Andrew have her? When he was
When did Andrew have her? What?
4.
Yeah, before me.
As a teacher, I mean.
What?
But it's
Or-
quite well. It's funny for me, but it's really depressing for Em because she gets lots of these kids coming up. be out in Central one day or just at the
Right.
beach, and these people would come up and say, "Oh, hi, oh, do you
Miss
remember Miss Emily?"
Yeah,
and
Miss
there's this
Emily.
grown-up child now. She's like, "I knew you when you were this big,"
I
and
know.
it makes her feel really
Andrew
old.
was 4 years old.
Yeah.
We
I've
just
known
loved
you
her.
for 10 years.
No, you haven't. You've known.
I've been here 12.
Is this interview about you guys or
It's
me?
Yvonne, it's always about us.
Shut
Oh,
up.
just shush a minute. Russ, what?
When
10 years?
so we started
Okay.
Dating.
Dating.
Come on, we're talking.
Okay.
Shush with your
probably
eyes.
about 12 years,
I've been here 12 years. I didn't meet you the day I arrived here.
maybe the day after.
No.
When did you start on the radio?
Hey, can we go for 11?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
go
It's
with
probably
that.
about 11.
About 11
yeah.
years, 11, 10 years.
Okay.
10, 11 years. It's close to 10, isn't it? 11.
So, well, I went to
Anyway,
the States
my-
in 2009.
So
My
what
point
were
was
just
you
prior to that.
doing that time then?
This is not about me. It's about you.
My
Okay.
point being is I didn't know Emily was a teacher.
All
and when
right.
we say teacher, are we saying teacher? Or are we
Teacher.
just saying someone who
Yes.
just wipes their...
No, she was a teacher.
She was
teacher.
a teacher.
She was a teacher teacher?
Yes.
What was she teacher
Kids
teaching?
loved
Little
her.
kids.
Oh my gosh.
She started
Andrew
at,
loved her.
Is it QSI?
BIS.
And then, no, she was at QSI before
Okay.
then.
We just
Well,
say
she, actually, to be
Leshark.
fair, she was in Bangkok for a couple of years
Yeah.
teaching
TGC?
there, and then came down here. I think she set up the nursery at QSI, and then from there went to what was Dulwich.
Yes, Dulwich at that stage, yeah.
Yep. Was there
Yeah,
for a
they
little while.
loved her. You know, it's always Miss Emily, Miss Emily, Miss Emily.
All the kids, all the parents, all the staff, everyone loved her there,
Yeah, that's true.
except the top bods didn't treat her very fairly.
And then
so
there
she
was
left.
the head of that pod was Miss Sue. And Andrew came up to me one day. He was about 4.5. He said, Miss Sue
Can I just
is
put-
so fat. Well, let me finish.
go on.
He said, Miss Sue, she's so fat. And I said, no, Andrew, she's not fat. She's got a baby in her belly. He screamed. He said, why did she eat her baby? And oh, my goodness.
She ate a baby.
Yeah, that's what he thought. She might have.
I know a Miss Sue. I'm just leaving that one out there. And the person who I'm
I
talking
miss
about...
you too.
No, she knows. Okay, so after Kids Mania, which went a little bit awry for various different reasons. Oh, we've been brought water. Look, that's very kind.
Sweet.
Yeah, thank you.
Whoa,
So,
close.
yeah,
So
then
what happened after
I
the Kids
moved
Mania?
to the Ice Arena.
Mm-hmm.
And then I
course,
moved to
yeah.
Villa Market, which is where
Alright.
I am now, and I'm so happy here.
So,
So how did that come about?
yeah.
Villa Market,
Hmm.
okay. Kun Surapong and I go back to when I was at Pepsi. We used to buy all our hampers and stuff that we give all our VIPs and stuff. And I get everything from him. Sukhumvit 33, always there, always giving him orders and buying these hampers of this and that and alcohol and all. So he and I have been friends for about 37 years or more. Mamma mia, it's been a long time. So then every time I see him here in Bangkok, in Phuket, he says to me, Yvonne, when are you going to work with me? When are you going to work with
Where's
me?
he from?
He's Bangkok.
No, but what nationality is
Kun
he?
Pong is Thai.
Thai.
Oh, I was just checking because that
Yeah.
accent was not Thai.
Okay. Well, he might have had some Italian blood. I don't know.
now become a Dracula.
I love Pugam.
Okay.
I know
And he's the
nothing.
owner of. Sorry, I didn't. So he's
Yes,
the owner of Villa
Kun
Market.
Surapong's the owner
Oh, okay.
of Villa Market, and he's such a nice fella. And so I finally decided, change my life a little bit, work for him because it looked like he believed in me, and sometimes that's
what
what
you
you
need.
need to get you going.
100%.
And when I started working, and I met a lot of the staff, and I met his daughter, whom I love so much. Kunsopit is my star. She always supports all the decisions and all the ideas, the crazy ideas. Sometimes not too crazy, but reality. I face reality, and I let them know, and they support me with Phuket. I mean, whatever we need here, it's so different because in Phuket you have people who have cars.
Yeah,
Help me out here. How do you get people to order online when they just get into their cars after they
yeah.
send their kids to school, and then they go straight to Villa Market? They know where everything is, and they pick what they want. So when I've been trying to get them to go online, they go, no need, I come see
Just
you.
come pick it up, yeah.
And I think because I've been involved in this, because the online thing's really kicked in since the COVID. And I know that online shopping has been a big thing in various different countries, and it's not
Yeah.
something I would consider. But I know that some people might do it for Phuket.
Yeah,
But most people,
because
and,
they
and
have
my
to,
my
yeah.
reason for not liking online shopping, although I do love online at Villa Market because they've got a great advert that you could go and listen to with
Yeah.
a voiceover that's just brilliant. Didn't
Yeah,
get
it's
paid
your
for that, by
voice.
the way, Villa Market.
Thank you very much.
That's right, it was a freebie. And I also really like the person that kind of runs the online service as well. She's-
Jar.
I'm gonna
She's-
cry.
Hold on. But my point being, I compare. My point being is the fact I like to go and feel and touch and grab.
You get arrested for that.
Absolutely, but when you're in Villa Market in Yvonne's office, no one can see because
Right,
you
okay.
can slide the door shut.
Okay,
What the
got
hell are
you.
you gonna grab in there? We've only got donation packs.
I'll grab a donation pack or two. But I can understand the point that online is very difficult because I prefer to go and buy, because I buy what I want that day. I like to stop, and my fridge is pretty much empty apart from Heineken Zero, which Yvonne gets me, and cheese when there's a discount on cheese.
Yeah, we have some
But
good
people want to come and
discounts.
see you as well. You're a big selling point for the reason that the Boat Lagoon Villa Market has got a lot busier than it ever was. And you have to take credit for that.
I think.
Well
I mean,
taken.
I would basically feel more comfortable going somewhere when I knew there was someone there to welcome me and to help me with,
Sure.
getting things that I can't find. It's a real thing.
And Phuket is simultaneously quite a big place, but also still a very small community. So there is a difference when you walk into a supermarket and you know someone there.
Right.
And it's not like you're going to help me shop, but it's just a case of, hey, how are you? Nice to see you, just for that connection to feel like you kind of belong.
Right.
So this is my supermarket, as it were, in a kind of quirky way.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, what I want people to understand is that I'm there to support them. I would like for them to let me know what they need. Okay, don't ask Jay because he's got weird needs.
No,
He asked me for
asked
certain things I
no,
can't get,
no,
but I'm trying.
I asked for Slim Jims, which is a very
Yeah,
well-known...
but Jim's put on weight, dear.
Well, I'll have they do fat gyms, and fat gyms are just as good.
Okay.
But I also asked for more smoky bacon Walker's crisp. Now you have those, but you don't have them very often.
Monster Munch pickled
We
onion.
bring them as much as we can.
I like the Monster Munch, and I like the squares, the salt and vinegar squares, and the cheese onion squares, and the cheesy quavers are very good. However,
Smoky
my
bacon.
go-to for if I want to have a after work or anything, and just reminds me of home, is a smoky bacon pack of crisps.
Worcester sauce.
But you know what?
Once again, I'm going to say
I
smoky
can
bacon
say-
again, right? And you can name as many crisp packets as you like and crisp flavours. I'm going back to the ones that really take me back to good times is smoky bacon.
Good to know.
You know what I can say?
Because I really like the smoky bacon crisps.
I
I'm
understand
just
the
saying.
smoky bacon crisp.
And I saw you'd sent a message to Pear, couldn't Pear? Hello,
Yes.
Pear. She's
Yeah.
lovely. She's not out there. She's in Bangkok. Asking if I can have, because Pear sent me a message. So there's this lady who I met through Yvonne, through Villa Market, who I did the voiceover for,
you
called
like her a
Pear.
lot.
Yeah,
She's hot.
Liking her a
She's
lot.
very hot.
Is she single?
I'm not
didn't
100%
ask.
sure. Yeah.
Can you find out for me?
Oh,
You
yeah.
can ask now. Hello. Anyway, my point was, she then sent a message saying, I've just had your order come through from Yvonne. Or no,
Yeah.
it wasn't order, your request.
A request,
And I
yes.
went, what do you mean? And she went, oh, Yvonne's requested or the
Slim
things
Jims,
that you
yeah.
asked for. And I sent a message back to Pear saying, Yvonne is like the nicest person in the world. She's like my mum.
She's everyone's
Yeah.
mum.
No, but that's the thing. You are everybody's mum because if you set up a WhatsApp group saying, everybody
Yes.
wants something, just let me know. We'll try to order it for you.
That's all I want is for you to let me know because I truly want to help you. And I want people to know Villa cares. I care. So Villa cares, and they do. They just might have not had someone like me to support them and to get that message out. But I'm here now. And I do want to help. Just send me a message. Like if you want your crisps, send me a message, Yvonne. I want this many packs. I'll get it done. But
Well, I
don't
did
just say,
ask
I
about a
like
month
this, I
ago,
like
and
that.
They haven't arrived yet, so I blame Compare.
Okay.
But there is a difference, and I'm going to say this, there is a difference between the Boat Lagoon branch and the way it operates and the friendliness I find of this one. Even when you're not there, the staff in there know me a lot more than the one at Boat Avenue. Now, I do come to this one
They're
more.
scared of you because you always come in and you're screaming, oh, I'm here.
Where?
There is-
Here?
there is
Or
that.
the one in the other one. I don't
Here,
scream at them.
You do
I say
stuff like
hello.
that. You grunt and you make these weird noises.
I
And,
do
and they're
Russian.
also, and they're like, hey. And they go like, oh.
I do
Caninepoint-
Russian.
Do you go in and
You
I go
know
Russian
him?
grunt.
I said, he's a customer and he's my friend. Okay, calm.
I do Russian grunt sometimes at them.
But we love it. You give us that smile in the day that we're,
Gagging for.
Yeah, I tell you, as
It's just
much
that-
as you can, you bring that smile to everywhere you go. I'm sure. I'd
Well,
love to
not
follow
everywhere.
you around one day.
only in Shern today.
Okay.
But my point being, it's a monotonous job just putting things through the machine, going
Yeah.
beep, beep, beep. So just bringing a bit of smile to their face by being a bit silly and putting one
we
on
love
one.
it.
Because sometimes I'll put half my shopping on one of them and then
And
put
half
the
on the other one, right? So
And
they
I
don't
run
know
between
what
the
to
share the love.
do.
Yeah, let's give them both something to do.
But you see, it lights up their day. That's why they
Breaks
all
up, yeah.
know. Kunje Mala, Kunje Mala.
Yeah.
I said,
That all pisses them off.
Yeah, I'll bet. Two things. Number one, are you trying to push, or what is the reason for trying to push and promote the online shopping here?
Well, the online, I'd like to support people who can't come out. Like there will
okay.
be some people who can't come out and stuff like that.
I'm just waving it.
So the thing is, if they can't come out and they need online, or if it's more convenient, then
Right.
they can send me a message or whatever, and I'll get it done.
Are you seeing an uptake in the Phuket market for it?
Well,
I mean,
right
I guess this year's a
now-
bit of an anomaly because of COVID, right? So
Yeah, it is. We went through different stages. During the COVID, we had a lot of online orders because people were unable to come
Sure.
out, and we had special permission through the mayors because we do a lot of donations to the mayors and to the obators in all over Phuket. So when we delivered, it helped people. But in the end, people have their own cars. Everyone has a car.
yeah.
And, because taxis are so expensive, they have their own car. So they would rather come and look for stuff on their own, which I don't blame them. So, yeah.
It's all right. Russell knows what I'm
Yeah.
pointing at.
And secondly, just because it is a hot topic, plastic.
Plastic.
There's a new shop that's opened up, I think, in
Unless you have a day to discuss plastic, it's a very tough one. Do you see that we're doing reusable bags?
which is
and-
terrific.
Yeah.
So
We're trying our best, but there's certain products that we need something that's plastic to keep it fresh.
yeah. So
Unfortunately.
and there is a balance with this. So and I kind of think that there needs to be, I almost want to say a bit more pushback from the likes of some of the supermarkets to say, look, either given the climate that we're in and what have you, especially, there's only so many things that we can do.
Yes.
So and I can wrap up some fruit and veg in a banana leaf, but it's not going to stay
People can
fresh
bring their
for as long.
bags to put it in. They have those netted bags. If
Yeah.
they bring their bags, we'll put the fruits in it for them. But people come sometimes without a bag even, and we're still giving boxes away. We're the only place we give boxes to people who forget bags.
There is that, but for me, there's a lot of, this is not just a Villa Market thing. This is go to any supermarket and pretty much anywhere.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
a lot of individually wrapped items. My big bugbear, the thing that really irks me in any supermarket is seeing freshly sliced fruit wrapped in plastic, because if that
How
orange,
would you wrap it if you were us?
there's a fucking orange. Peel it and slice it yourself.
Not everyone wants to peel and slice it themselves. I'm playing devil's advocate.
I know you
'cause
are.
I'm with you.
But I know you are. And on one level, from a corporate perspective, we're trying to make things as easy for the customer as possible.
Yeah.
I completely get that. My argument would be is if you give people the option, they will always take the easy option. So in terms of we've got plastic bags, but they cost you 5 satang to have one, people are always going to spend the 5 satang. But at the same time, if you just take it away, people don't have an option, so they have to start bringing their reusable bags, and a lot of people are doing that now. They're remembering to
Yes.
bring them each time.
They are, yes.
If you take away the option of having any plastic bags to put your fruit and veg in, or even the fruit and veg itself, a lot of it's pre-wrapped in plastic. Take all of that away and don't give people the option. So I've either got to walk out of a supermarket carrying 17 apples in my arms, or I have to remember to bring my own bag.
It's a lot of apples.
But people
So
like apples.
you've never
Sure.
actually yourself bought a packet of cut fruit in wrapped or anything wrapped?
Specifically cut fruit, no, because it just really irks me. But most fruit and veg here is like peppers, carrots, whatever. They're all wrapped in plastic.
I think that it's not really Yvonne to change Villa Markets. I think she's not at that level, and I'm protecting her.
plastic part
But I agree
very
with what
hard.
you're saying, and I think the problem is there are certain people that need their fruit cut up, and there is a market for that. And
It's plastics.
they may be of that variety,
We have to
allegedly.
stop the people from selling plastics. Don't blame us. We have nothing else to use.
Yeah,
Because
well,
there is a
Crap
use in
things
plastic,
up.
but let's
There
not
is
make,
definitely-
let's
there
not
definitely
make
is a
this
use
a
for
whole
it.
plastic debate because we're running out of space of my brain. But I think Villa
Could you
Market,
end up with something different instead of something that will get me in
think
trouble?
well, you're not in trouble at all because I think, and I'm a big plastic hater, I think that Villa Market have come on leaps and bounds from where they were. Is there room for improvement? 100% yes, there's a massive room for improvement. But from where they were probably about 6-7 months ago to where they are now, I think there's a huge improvement. And I actually think, and no
I totally agree
kissing
with that.
Yvonne's ass, I think this one here is better than the one at Boat Avenue. And the reason being here, I can get a box here. I go to Boat Avenue and you can't get a box. They were still pushing me a bag. But here...
Not a plastic one, though.
One
No,
of
no
those
plastic.
recycled one, but no, not a plastic one.
The
But my
boxes.
point being here, there's options here. And that's what I think that Yvonne's created in her store is options for people. And at the end of the day, you can't stop people from you're right, take the bags away, but people still want bags.
Yeah.
So there is but anyway, moving on.
Okay.
Right.
I protected you then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'd just like to say that Villa Market Online is very good, and I've used it, and it's great. And I think the team that set up the online stuff do
Are
a fantastic
amazing.
job. Yeah,
We try.
thank you.
We
Compare.
try. I just wish everyone would just try once to order online to see that it's not as
Do you know what we should do? I
difficult.
should have set this up, and we could have said if you order online through this link, we could have got them a discount. Maybe.
You use the JLS 2020 discount code,
Yeah.
and you can get
Nothing off.
your order will be delivered.
Yeah, and I'll be
But
there.
we've got
Russell and I will
we
deliver it
already
personally.
have discounts. If you go in online, you'll see
There
that
is.
we
There's
have
about a 200 baht
discounts
discount
all
at
the
moment.
time.
So there's loads of
Great.
discounts. Just try it online. I've used the online service, and it is really good.
We're waving
So-
at everyone.
I know.
You've done a lot. You've seen a lot. You've had I'd say rather an eclectic career path that's led you to here so far. However, randomly, what sort of things, and I'm quite looking forward to this, what sort of things have you got on your bucket list?
My bucket list. Oh
Yeah.
man, I'd love to play football with my son, like a whole game. Like be a goalkeeper. But I'm just afraid, like my brothers did when I was younger, they would try to aim at me and not the goal. So that's one thing.
Well,
I'd
to be
really
fair, the
like
opposition
to do.
players, I'm fairly
But they're
confident the opposition wouldn't try and do
goalkeeper.
that. They're trying to avoid you.
Okay.
So I think you might be all right. What position does Andrew play?
He's a goalkeeper.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's right. Okay, bucket
But you
list.
couldn't have
How
both of
many
you in
do
goal at the
want?
same time because that would slightly be
No,
cheating.
but I'd like to be on the other team and,
and hopefully win.
yeah, at
Quite
least
far
try.
away from each other.
Sorry?
Would you not want to be a striker to score a goal against him?
Nah, that's pushing it. I think it's easier it's easier
So
to
just
try
stand
and
there.
save a ball and have a smaller goal.
Yeah. Okay. No,
Yeah,
no,
I'd
okay,
love
fair
to.
enough. Cool
yeah,
idea.
and I'd love to, be able to drive a car in Phuket without being afraid, because I don't drive here in Phuket because I'm so scared of the motorbikes and stuff. But I'd like to be able to one day drive a really fancy car.
Tank.
Oh,
Do you
actually,
have a
Humvee.
license?
Not yet. Cause
All right.
You what?
I asked if she had a license.
All right.
But
That's
I
kind of the
will
first
be
step
getting
to
one.
that.
Yeah, I know,
No,
but
I'm
I'm
just
working
saying,
on
if
it.
you want to reach that goal,
If I had time,
Get a
I'd go
license.
for my license.
be fair,
I could
here,
get
the license is-
because I can drive. No, but I can do that. But that will be on my bucket list too.
You're a frigging tourist police person. You just go and get a license. Just sign it yourself.
No, I would never do that. I'm Singaporean. We do things by
By
the
the
law.
book.
Hello, I am the law.
Anything else on the bucket list?
Oh yeah, to be able to sit at home and eat all the junk food I can and watch movies from the morning till the evening.
So that
I haven't had a
didn't
chance
you
to
do
do
that this
that.
year during COVID?
I never. No, I was working my ass
Yvonne
off.
was.
Actually, yeah, no,
Yeah,
'cause
you were
yeah.
working your nuts off during
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, I lost them. I'm getting them back though.
Oh,
Sorry,
Yvonne.
that's a little bit of this and that. I'm old enough to say all that.
Yeah.
You can
I've
say what you
earned my
want.
right to say nuts and bolts and balls and things like.
Well, it's kind of how we started the whole podcast. So
To
it's,
be
a
fair,
good, it's a good
yeah.
way to end
Exactly.
it, really.
Yes.
Talking about body parts.
Bunch of monkeys.
Yvonne, you are an amazing person. You've been there, and I'm going to get all emotional now, but you have been there for me through a lot of shit that I've been through, and you are like everyone's mum.
Not your fault.
And you're not just my mum, you're my kids' mother as well.
Oh, I
and
love
that's nothing.
them. Don't forget about Maxim.
Oh, Maximus?
Yeah.
Okay, you're Maximus's mother as well.
Yeah.
And that's not knocking Maximus's or my kids' real mother. You're just an extra mother on top of that.
That's right.
Bonus mum.
Yeah. Grandma. Grandma to you, kids.
I didn't want to call you grandma. I wanted to call
Why
you...
not?
Let's go with mum.
I'm old enough.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of age. I just want to be able to, make sure that Andrew's okay. My whole life and my bucket list is all about trying to get stronger and being able to see him through his thick and thins because, he's been my friend too. He's seen me through a lot.
He's a good
and
kid,
he comforts me. He always makes me laugh. If you think I'm funny, you should see him. And people say he's exactly like you. And I go, no way. And then he does this joke and I go, yeah, he's like me. He likes to make
Was
people
he the one
laugh.
that wrote the joke last night that you sent to me about Spotify?
Yes.
Okay, good.
What was that?
Yvonne, do
on.
you want to do your jock?
No,
your jock?
No,
jock?
Do you want to do your jock?
I don't have a jock.
I sent Yvonne a message. She said, where is your podcast? Obviously a regular listener, never
Yeah.
listened before. Is it on Spotify or YouTube? And I said, well, it's on both, but you probably want to go onto Spotify. And she wrote back I can't spot your fly. Which I thought was hilarious.
It was
but
a mistake.
yeah, it
What
wasn't.
Yeah,
you
no.
play?
No, when you haven't slept for a week,
Yeah.
it wasn't the funniest joke. I don't think I even replied.
Yeah.
Or I think I just said okay
No,
or
you
something
did
like
not.
Nothing,
You
yeah.
just said I'll see you tomorrow.
Just went dark.
that.
I cannot, so that's too late.
Yvonne Symons, mother of everybody in the whole world of Phuket.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much, sweetie.
Oh,
No,
and
it's
I
been
love
very
you
much
guys
fun.
too.
I always love seeing you.
Thanks for being on a little podcast.
Thank you for having me on your podcast.
Pleasure.
I was so surprised. I said yes, and I wanted to call you and say, can I have a contract? Are you really coming? Can I have in writing?
Oh dear. Yvonne, you're a legend. Thank you so much.
We'll put the
darling.
lawyers in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you, Russell.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Welcome to the outro.
Hello, mate. I could be wrong, but you look a bit tired.
I am so tired, Russell. I'm not sleeping, and I don't know why I'm not. So we had this conversation about 2 hours ago when we first met up, and I don't know why I'm not sleeping, but I'm getting about 3 hours sleep a night at the moment.
When you go to bed at like 10 o'clock, but don't go to sleep until 1 o'clock,
Yeah.
are you staying in bed? Or are you getting up and saying, I can't, I'm not sleepy, I'll get up?
I generally will lie there, listen to music or podcast, try to help me sleep. And then I will probably get up and go for a little wander around, have a drink of water. I might have a snack. I might not. Generally, I do have a snack. And then I go back to bed. No, I don't know if I've got a lot on my mind. It's just one of those weeks where I just haven't had any sleep. There's nothing that I'm not in a bad situation.
You could try a meditation podcast.
I could try a meditation podcast. If I could talk, it'd be even better. Honestly, that was Yvonne. She was good. I love Yvonne.
So do I. She's great.
She is everyone's mum. That's all I'm saying.
No, she is. And I think that's the title for the podcast. Because she
Completely.
absolutely is. She's brilliant.
She's nuts. She's bonkers. She's got the heart of gold. And
one of those few genuine people.
There isn't that many genuinely nice people on this island. We've interviewed 3. No, I want
that's
the
you and I. Who's the
and Yvonne.
who's
But no, she's a genuinely lovely person. And has been there. I think she's not just been there for me. She's been there for many people. And she'll give you a hug when you need a hug. She'll tell you a dick when you've been a dick.
I think she'll give you a hug whenever.
Yeah. Nice hugs.
She's a hugger. Yeah. I like hugging people.
Yeah. There's there's a couple of good hugs there. That's Yvonne. So, how are you, Ruskins?
I'm good.
Oh, Yvonne's just walked back in.
Oh.
No,
She's off to the bank to
She's
go
off
rob
to the
it.
bank to go and rob it, I think. She's realised it's only 10 years.
Yeah.
Barkcast going all right, mate?
Barkcast is going very good, thank you.
Caninepointacademy going all right, mate?
Point is going very well.
If you haven't listened to Barkcast, make sure you do. If you've got a dog or you're thinking about getting a dog, then go to your favourite podcast provider and just search Barkcast.
Yep.
And it will pop up there. The second episode came out last Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday.
Which was... yesterday as we're recording this, but when this comes out, Russell, it'll be last Thursday.
Oh, well, look at you, a step ahead of the game.
And
So Barkcast episode 3 comes out in a couple of days' time.
Yeah, stay tuned for
the other way
that.
to put
I'm
it.
not sure what episode 3 is. I'd have to have a quick look on my chart.
Yeah.
That's Phuket's Best Burger, which is happening Phuket's Best Burger on the 14th of November. If you've got Phuket's Best Burger, let me know.
We should perhaps plug that a wee bit.
Phuket's Best Burger on the 14th of November.
Where's that going to be?
It's going to be at Blue Tree in Chantilly, which actually is in Chantilly.
Wow.
Unlike
So
other places which are
I know
not
where you
in
could promote
Chantilly.
that then.
I know a great place I could promote it. I really do. That's an in-joke there. But make sure you listen to Barkcast. We've got some interesting things happening with Barkcast, actually, but we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, I think we'll keep that under our sleeve.
If you need your dog being trained, or you want to leave your dog to stay somewhere for a night or two nights or 3 nights,
a weekend,
or go to
stay.
the beach club up there, which I went to on Sunday
You
with
did
the
indeed.
kids and the dog.
We'll talk about that off air.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with your beach club for 2 reasons.
No
One,
beer.
there wasn't enough sticks there.
Right.
So we ended up not
Throwing Ashton.
And 2, the little raft area was tied up to a tree, so my children never drifted off. And I was hoping that they might drift off into the middle of the lake.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because it did drift off last week, so it got retied up.
Oh, right. We might have untied some of it.
Right, fair
Sorry
enough.
about that.
No, that's all right.
But no, it's very cool, your beach club. I do like it. So
Glad
well
you
done for
enjoyed
that.
Cool.
Just go to Caninepointacademy, search it on Facebook, and go to the website Caninepointacademy.
Caninepointacademy.com.
Cool. We are Jay Leshark and Friends on Facebook. We are on Instagram if you want to go and look at nothing. We're on Twitter. And we're also on the website. Just go to
PhuketPodcast.com.
There you go.
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks,
I
Russell.
think you need to go and have a nap.
I need more than a nap.
Yeah, I don't do 20-minute power naps. When I nap, it's about 6 hours.
I think I'm going to take after a hedgehog.
Okay.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Time. No beginning. No end. An infinite procession that humbles our mortality. But there are moments in life that transcend our fate. Burgers, crafted by gods among men. These are the burgers that echo through the ages. Like the mythical gods of ancient Greece, they may thrill us, inspire us, at times make us angry, but they will never let us forget them. Saturday the 14th of November is their night, their battle, their moment of ultimate sacrifice. Greatness, redemption, glory. Welcome to Phuket's Best Burger. This is Barkcast.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Barkcast deals with just about everything dog related. Dog obedience, training, health, owning a dog behaviour and care and nutrition. Each week, your questions will be answered by professional senior trainer and owner of Caninepointacademy, Russell D. Russell, a professional member of the IACP, a registered evaluator with the American Kennel Club, and has trained thousands of dogs across a variety of disciplines. So you're rewarding the dog for barking?
So, yes, with the understanding, I want them to understand. I mean, for example, I could use the word speak. So speak, woof, woof, woof. Be quiet means nothing. I don't woof.
You just mentioned the term raw food. What do you mean by raw food?
So there's quite a big movement in some circles about feeding dogs a raw diet. So the philosophy behind it would be, dogs, generally speaking, don't sit around a fire and cook their food. They just eat the kill raw.
Is it better to adopt or is it better to buy?
It's a real dynamite question, that one.
If you're looking for professional training or somewhere to board your dog, either short or long term, then check out Caninepointacademy. That's caninepointacademy.com or go to Facebook and search Caninepointacademy.